Hello beautiful ones, how are you gorgeous sisters? Just checking that I am live before I just launch into our purpose message today. Oh, I'm live. Awesome. It is a very hot day here in Melbourne. I think we're doing 34 degrees, I think. 34 degrees today, so anyway, how is your December going? Where are we? I think we're on the, what date are we today? The 14th. Christmas around the corner, if you celebrate that. And I can already feel, Christmas for me, of course when you're a kid, it's awesome. You get presents all the time. You get to eat as much as you like, but as I've gotten older, it's like, it can be quite a stressful time of the year. But I want to flip that around. So I'm going to spend it with my sister this year, which is great. I'm grateful that we can do that for my sisters. Hello, Kim. It is so warm. I hope you've been to the beach there, Kim. So there's a couple of things I want to chat about today. So we'll just see how we go. So you're picking one. And today I'm using my own Oracle deck, the Goddess on Purpose Oracle. And we pick 3 cards. So you can have them all if you want to, or 1, 2, and 3. And I want to tell you a little story that happened to me this weekend. You may or may not relate, so if you're watching this on the replay later. So the first card we do purpose, presence, profit. And the first one is to do with purpose. Yes. Oh yes, you've got a pool. Yes. I love the beach. You like that? I love the beach. I don't like the sand in places where it shouldn't be, especially my car when we come home, but it is very cleansing and you get a good foot scrub, right? So enjoy the pool. So the first card today is about our purpose, and the card is peace. Isn't that gorgeous? There's the Buddha sitting under the tree. Peace. And that's kind of probably what I need, like leading into Christmas, leading into sometimes I just think it's so materialistic, and it can be just there's so much pressure, when it's really just a beautiful lunch with your family or your loved ones, and that's all it needs to be, really. Anyway, so I'll deal with that. And this is a great reminder, peace. So to do with our purpose relates to our purpose. And I was actually having a call with somebody this morning, and I've actually joined her 8-week program, and it's to do with kind of dealing with stress as much, but being aligned. And I love her work. And so it was going into this peaceful time, right? It was reminding me of there's so much stuff going out there externally, and just to come back in, and we just did this little visualization. It was 5 years in the future, and putting myself there, and then what came up with that, and just the tears and the emotion, but good emotion, the joy, and it was connected to my purpose, of course, which just reminds me of this one. So all that external noise, so the message today is not to ignore it. I think if you keep ignoring things and don't see it for what it is, and just acknowledge it, and then you can clear it away. You don't have to ignore it, because that's kind of like the blinders on, the horses with the blinders on. They can't see external noise, which is a good thing sometimes, but it's just to have that acknowledgement, and it's like, okay, there you go, thank you, not needed, move away, and to be peaceful about that. And purpose, so the message is actually, get under the trees, get back in nature, be connected to yourself. And it says peaceful times are now appearing for you. Breathe deeply, Goddess. Breathe in the peace of your being. And so often we're shallow breathing all the time when we want to bring a big Goddess belly breath into our body, and that will calm our nervous system down, so that we can be on purpose more in a peaceful way, not a frantic way. So that's the first card. That's your card, Kimmy. Now, the second card is to do with our presence, how we show up, how we hold our energy. And it's to do with, the card is puzzle. I love this card. Beautiful dove. And to me, dove is, peace and connection as well. So there's a bit of a theme here. She's holding something in her mouth. So this is about presence. It's almost like Okay, so she's got this gift, like this is a gift, and she's taking it somewhere. And as you take your gift somewhere, you have to be in a certain presence when you show up and give that gift. So that's what's coming through today. And the message is, life may feel like a puzzle right now, but all the pieces are fitting together in perfect sequence. Trust, trust, trust. Trust, trust, trust. And I've been watching this person, and one of his metaphors is very much the same. It's like we can see the puzzle, and you're putting the pieces together, getting all the information. For those who are in the know, you might know who I'm talking about. But he says, so trying to put everything together, and you need the blue bits, and you need the white bits, and you have to put those together. And the puzzle is not complete until you have all those pieces together. And it doesn't matter if you've got the sky. When you're doing puzzles, I don't know, I did puzzles as a kid, but there's a lot of blue, and it's quite, there's a lot of blue, and that can be quite boring sometimes. But you get them all together, and then you build up the other bits. I hope this is making sense. I'm kind of going off on a bit of a tangent here. But it is to trust. He says, trust the bigger picture of what is happening. So when I feel that with our presence, it is trusting the emotions, trusting the feelings that are present for you. Don't judge them. You don't have to engage in them in a negative way, but just seeing them for what they are. And it's kind of like, I feel like going back to the ego. The ego is there to keep us safe, but if you ignore it and just carry on with things, not being present to it, it's like, okay, I'm safe, ego, and then I can move on. So that's the piece of that, the puzzle, trusting your beautiful presence, how you show up. And so our last one is to do with profit and abundance, and it is the plan. Get a plan, Stan, get a plan. And it says, time to put a plan to paper. What is it you want to plan for? An easy step-by-step plan will give you easy steps to follow. So again, as we are in this ending of the year, ending of 2020, and what a year that's been, good and bad for lots of reasons, what we want to create next year to bring in that abundance, to bring in the profit of your business, if you have a business, or abundance in anything that you want, have a plan. Now first, we're kind of like what I was doing this morning, right? I have a 5-year vision, start with a vision to make that happen, because we are the co-creator. We create everything. So staying in that high vibe, that brings the plan together. But first you've got to know what you want. It's not like, I'll just leave it up to the universe. It's like, well, yeah, you kind of are leaving up to the universe. Like, why don't you come in and be focused and call it in and be the creator? But first you've got to plant those seeds, know what you want. And we were actually doing that in our Get It Done Day on the weekend. Some were working on plans, some were working on other things. But now it's really important to have that plan, whether it's doing a vision board for yourself, whether you're doing a vision board. And I want to give a little shout out to Kathy Fife, Create a Life to Love, kathyfife.com. Now she is actually having a planning kind of vision board day. One's online and one is in person. If you're in Melbourne, you can go and check her out. It's kathyfife.com. Just go and look on the events. I think it's there. So I want to get there for the in-person one if I can, but it's on the 30th of December, which is a great date. But the other one you can do online. You don't have to be there physically. But that's where you get to do the plan. I always love being in the energy. I love doing things by myself and planning things out. But when you're creating and that, cutting out vision and pictures and not discussing it, just witnessing other people's and witnessing yours, the magic that comes out of that. And you're sowing the seeds. Yes, it is going before your hectic week this week. Yeah, like finishing projects and things like that, Kimmy. You're finishing projects, or just, it's funny because I don't want to start anything new, so I'm going to come back to the plan. Like, I know there's something going on there, but I don't want to start it here. I want to finish off some of the courses that I'm actually recording, which I want to do after this. So those are the cards. We have peace. we have puzzle, and we have plan. Those are our message for this week. Now, I just want to go and say something about what I wrote before. Oh wow, you're going to Adelaide, Kim. Awesome. Oh, it's going to be hot over there. So what I'm talking about is, what are you putting up with? All right, so what are you putting up with that you need to fix, complete, do? So the reason why I'm putting this on the end of this actual video is because I have just gotten NBN. I've just gotten the NBN network after I've been in this house 2 years, and I've put up with Wi-Fi that hasn't really worked. It's not very, like, I'm always doing videos on my iPad now instead of my computer because the connection's not that strong. Kids are playing games upstairs or live streaming a movie. It affects that. And when we came into this place, because it's a new house, it kind of it was half set up, but it took a bit of effort to do the rest. So 2 years on, I know, okay, 2 years on, we finally got the man out to fix it up. Apparently the cords were not right anyway, so he had to change them all, and then we had to move a data point. I know this is a lot of information, but stick with me. So I'm like, oh, so we're nearly there, and it's so often we can give up just before the fruits of your labour come through, right? So I got on Airtasker. Airtasker is a beautiful thing. Just get it on your phone if you've got any jobs. Put up a post. I said, I need somebody to move this, and he came the next day. So now he moved things around. $150 later, right? It was so good. Rather than me, can't be bothered, it's too hard. And so I just noticed, like, I really, really reflected on, why has it taken you 2 years? I put up with it. Sometimes I would crack the shit, so I'd get in my car and I'd go down the beach because the Wi-Fi was way much better because of the area of where I live. And then I could record something or move files around. And I'm just like, interesting. Not being mean to myself, interesting. So, and you know, who knows how long we might be here, might be leaving next year. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm like, wow, I just noticed. So I want to look at other things in my life that I'm going, oh, what else am I putting up with? You know, it could be a broken window in your house. It could be a computer that takes an hour to boot up, and that's your business, yet you're depriving of yourself. And it's not a money thing. It's just a thing of like, oh, it'll be okay. I'll work with this. So, you know, things like that. Or, you know, you might be putting up with old undergarments that you've had forever, and it's like, oh, I'll go and do that soon, but it's not important. It's like, yeah, it's important, because when you feel lovely and you've got these beautiful underwear and underclothes and bras and stuff, you feel amazing. Your presence changes, but you're putting up with stuff. I did a big clean out before, that's why I'm saying that. But I just noticed this NBN, and I run a business, so I'm like, wow, that just took so long. So as things are quickening up now, you know, you can change things in an instant, but just see what's around your house, what's around your space, especially if you're working on your business, what's here that you want, that you don't want to put up anymore. And it can also relate to relationships, or not just a beloved relationship, a friendship, right? What am I putting up with here that I need to address it, or I need to let it go? Yeah, as we're going into this new paradigm, right? We don't want to take any of the baggage with us. And we're human, and we're kind to ourselves. It's just a reflection. So that's it from me today. One thing I am putting up with is Instagram. Like, somebody help me if you can. I download these videos. I try to put them on Instagram. They just don't work. So anyway, I think that's a presence thing. So lots of love to you. And if you're watching this replay, comment, share this. These actually go up on YouTube as well. So I'm putting them up there. And yeah, I wish you an amazing, amazing week. Here we go. That's the message. Okay. Bye for now.